Hello, everybody. It's Shamika here with Divine Tarot. I'm doing things a little bit differently this month, so I want to explain how things are working here. What I'm going to do is for every sign, there's going to be a general reading, and then there's going to be the relationship reading as usual. So for the relationship reading, for those of you who are not used to how I do things, there is the partner's energy here, your energy here, and then the energy of the relationship. Okay. When I say partner, it doesn't have to be a committed relationship. It's whoever is on your mind at the time of the reading, like who you're coming to the reading about. These apply to soulmate relationships, twin flames, any kind of connection or relationship that you want to apply it to, they will apply. Okay, so that's that. Let's get started with the readings. Thanks, guys. Hello, Leo. Welcome to your love reading for the month of October. We're going to start with the general or singles love reading, and then we'll move on to the reading for partnerships, connections, divine connections, twin flames, soulmates, any type of partnership or connection. Where you currently stand, Leo, as it pertains to your love life, is you're just trying to open things up and kind of see the truth of things. You're trying to see the truth of your own beliefs, the truth about why things have kind of gone the way they've gone in your relationship, in your love life, in your previous relationships, in your search for new relationships. It's kind of like you're just wanting clarity. It's like you're trying to shed light on things, and you're just wanting some clarity within yourself to kind of get a feeling of, just a firm understanding and clarity on yourself as it pertains to love. And it's like that has been affecting kind of your desire, because I'm getting that some of you have kind of not been having a lot of desire when it comes to love. Like you may have been, and that's part of the overall energy this month for Leo is sadness and isolation. So you may have been kind of isolating yourself just because you just don't have the clarity that you need. Some of you don't know exactly what you're looking for, exactly what you're wanting, and you're just not feeling clear. Some of you have, just really have been wondering as it pertains to your love life, what you want, where you're headed, who you are in your love life, just a lot of questions and kind of like a lot of confusion. And you're headed towards having a new desire in your love life, towards wanting it, desiring it again. It's not that the desire completely left, but it may have been dormant, where you just weren't really feeling that energy really strongly. And, that was just because of your own lack of clarity. You didn't know what you really wanted. So how can you desire something that you just weren't feeling clear about? The changes that you can make to help you find yourself in a better position when it comes to your love life than what you've been in the past is going to really be to rebuild yourself as it pertains to your love life. There's really a new structuring that needs to occur. And it's kind of like, instead of you thinking your way through it, feel your way through it. Try something new. Like that's going to be the thing for you. Trying something new, trying a new perspective, a new approach, doing things differently than you've done in the past, being more open to change. That's what's going to really help you to bring in the love that you're looking for, and to help you to get where you're trying to go as it pertains to your love life. Because it's kind of like some of your ways of thinking I'm getting like some closed mindedness when it comes to certain things, and it's actually been in the way. It's actually been in the way of you getting what it is that you want because you're not open to it because of a certain way that you're viewing things or thinking about things that will close you off, that's actually closing you off to it. And how you're going to overcome this blockage is going to be for you to really open yourself up within yourself, like really look within yourself. And you're having to heal some things from past relationships. Um, I'm getting that there's some pain or things that have occurred in past relationships that have actually created some of this closed-minded way of thinking that you may not realize is closed-minded. For you, it feels like the best way to look at things, the best way to think about things, because it makes you feel like you're putting yourself in a stronger, more powerful position, a way that you're not going to be taken advantage of, but it's actually hindering you. So it's time for you to really look over your past hurts and pains and experiences within relationships, patterns that you've had within relationships. And it's time for you to really acknowledge some of the pain that's there, some of the hurts that are there, so that you can surpass them. For some of you, I'm getting that it's also dealing with healing some things from your relationship with your father that you may have overlooked, or you may have thought that you kind of were past, but you're really not. I'm getting that for some of you, that needs to be reopened and readdressed. And what's going to really help you overcome this blockage, because really it's like the blockage is that these things haven't been healed. That's really what is blocking you from being able to rebuild and have a new perspective and a new fresh approach to your love life. That's what's kind of keeping you in the pattern that you've been in that may have been, it's not really working for you. It's kind of stagnant. It's not really getting you the results you want, but you've been stuck in it because you're blocked by this healing that hasn't occurred. You're blocked by these things that you haven't opened up and addressed within yourself. And what's really going to help you to open these things up and address them is realizing that you're not opening them up to relive them, so to speak. You're opening them up to grow something from them. You're opening them up so that you can grow. It's kind of to make yourself lighter so that you can create what you're wanting within your love life, so that you can create a new point of attraction where you're attracting a different type of partner. Because for some of you singles, I'm getting that's why, because what I'm getting is two things here. There's a lot of you that are attracting the type of people you don't want, and then the others are attracting nobody at all. And it's all stemming from that, from these things that haven't been opened up and healed, and it's blocking it. So you're going to overcome that by realizing that addressing these things is actually going to help you. It's going to help you to attract what it is that you want and create the kind of love life that you envision, because it's there for you. There's just some past hurts that are actually blocking it. Your blind spot when it comes to your relationships and your love life is that you're really not seeing that it's all in your hands. You're not seeing that love is not being held from you. You're holding yourself from love. You're actually standing back from it, and you're thinking you're there and you're available, but a lot of you are actually standing back from it. And that's what you can't see, because a lot of you aren't as open as you think you are. You're not really desiring it like you think you are. It's like I'm getting that a lot of you are feeling like you really want it, but you really don't. The desire is not as deep as you think it is. It's just a mental thing, but you're not really embodying that. enough to bring it into your life because you're not willing to walk towards it. You're not really willing to go for it like you think you are. It's kind of like some of you are feeling safer alone and you're not realizing that on a subconscious level, you're feeling safer alone. So as long as you're feeling safer alone, then traveling towards, like truly putting your energy towards love and a relationship and bringing that love into your life is going to seem, you're not going to be motivated for that. The desire is not really there if you're not seeing it as a safe place. And it's like you're not really seeing it as a safe place because of past things that haven't been opened up and healed. What you can expect as far as change goes over the next 30 days is going to be that you're going to be speaking more. You're going to start communicating more. You're going to be more ready to speak your truth, which for a lot of you is a part of this healing process. So that's what's going to change. There are things that you may have been quiet about before, and you're going to start speaking out more about those things for your own healing. And it's actually a part of you tearing down to rebuild. So it's a really good thing. Because what I'm getting for you singles, and just in general in love for Leo this month, it's coming out of this isolation. Isolation, just within yourself. You may be interacting with people. I'm not saying like you're secluding yourself in your house with the door shut, but within yourself there's been some isolation. There's kind of been this separateness that you've been having, and that's ending this month. And a part of that is going to be you speaking your truth and speaking more, because that's where you connect with people. That's where people get to see who you really are. That's where that isolation ends, because you're always going to be alone inside as long as you are separating yourself inside and keeping so many parts of yourself to yourself. Now, when it comes to the partnership reading, and for those who have someone in mind, or those who are in a divine connection or in a relationship, what I'm seeing here is, even though there's a lot going on underneath the surface, on the surface, it can feel very, there can feel like there's space between you. For the beginning of the month, there's something going on here where it's like your partner is trying to get clear on their beliefs about this connection or this relationship. And it's like in the beginning of the month, they're not seeing things your way. You're not sharing the same perspective. And you're sensing that, and you're feeling like you love them, but then you're also feeling this limitation, like you're limited on how you can express that love or how that love can come together, because you feel like you're not sharing the same perspective. You're seeing things differently. So what can I do with this? So then you're feeling trapped and unable to have any movement, really. You're feeling like there's nothing I can do. So then there's like this sending out of an energy of love towards them, but it's like my hands are tied, like that type of feeling. But continue to still send that energy of love towards them, because it is helping them to confront some of the issues within themselves that have really been keeping this from being as harmonious as it could be. It's really been preventing the type of unity that could have been there, and they're not able to see that right away. But, it's coming up toward the middle of the month for them to see it. And it coming up for them and them, having to face some of these things, these truths about themselves and their own role, their own darker aspects that have been preventing the unity, whereas maybe before they felt like how, but it's like now they're kind of seeing their own role in it and what role they've played and, their own contributions or lack thereof towards the connection. And as that's happening for them, it's giving you an energy of feeling like something is growing here. So the middle of the month, you're feeling like, this is growing. And then you kind of have an inner peace about it. You're able to know within yourself, even without seeing it physically, that things are still happening, things are still growing. So there's a certain peace in that you have, whereas before you may have felt like it was a bad thing, like nothing's happening, and you may have felt like wanting to give up on it. Now you're feeling like that there's something occurring, even when you can't necessarily, see it in the physical. And that is sending them a really supportive energy that they can really feel. They're feeling a lot more supported in this because they're seeing some of their own contributions or lack thereof to the relationship or to the connection. And they're feeling like there's some understanding. It's making them feel supported because they're feeling like they're not being completely judged based on things that they didn't know type of energy. And it's helping them to kind of trust a little bit more. It's helping them to trust you, trust the connection a little bit more, trust the relationship a little bit more. And for you, you're picking up on that loud and clear, Leo. And it's like from there, you're feeling like you're just waiting on the right moment. It's just a matter of time. You're in tune. You're not tripping. Like you're feeling really stable. You're knowing where things are. And it's like, that it's just a matter of time and you're just, soaking everything up and taking everything in. And then the energy of the relationship crowning you, you have just breathe. So there's feeling like there's some space there, but it's really not real space in terms of true distance. It just may look that way on, just in the way things appear to be on the surface when it comes to this relationship or connection. But underneath that, the reason it's that way is because the partner is kind of overcoming their fears and facing some of their fears with all of the things that they're going through this month, which is helping them to embrace the truth of their own heart and their own spirit, and for them to kind of be free from a lot of things that kind of held them back from being able to go for what they want. So that's what seems like that's what's creating the space on their end. And then what's creating the space on your end, Leo, is that you're able to, feel secure in this connection without squeezing it so tight. You're feeling detached from it, but in a healthy way. It's not like, oh, to hell with you type of energy. It's more so like, things have to happen in their own timing. Things are coming together. Things are going to grow as they need to. There's no need for me to be cold about it or harsh about it. I just have to let it be. Let it blossom on its own. Now I'm going to pull a card from the Romance Angels Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. We're going to take a look at that. Keep an open mind. Yes, indeed, Leo. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. So singles, it's important for you to keep an open mind, because what's there for you and the person that's coming in for you may be different from your usual type and expectations. And as you're rebuilding this month, and you're healing the things that need to be healed, it may completely change what your type is. Because it's kind of like you're getting into a new space of actually bringing in what you want. Because for a lot of you, I'm getting that what you've considered as your type actually isn't the type that's going to give you the kind of relationship that you're really wanting. And that's being changed, because for some of you, your type has been based on these unhealed things within yourself and not based on what your true desires in love are. And for those of you in partnership or in some type of connection or relationship, you're going to really need to keep an open mind, because things can be happening in a different way than you see and expect. Things can come about in a way that you can't predict. So you don't want to restrict things on the connection because you feel that things are going a certain way. So you need to have a certain rigid type of perception. It's like, no, keep an open mind and allow this to come together the way that it's meant to. Okay. So that's your reading for the month of October, Leo. If it resonated with you, please give me a little thumbs up on the thumbs up button near the if I can talk, the description box. If it didn't, check out your moon and rising signs, which I recommend that either way, because it'll give you a deeper understanding of things with yourself. Also, guys, keep in mind that for a lot of you, we're ahead of these energies. This is October's energy. We're not in October just yet. So I always recommend watching them early and then watching them again sometime later into October. Thank you guys so much for all the comments, likes, shares, subscriptions, everything that you guys do to support the channel. It is appreciated. And if you would like me to look at your personal specific situation, then you can book a reading with me. And the link for that is going to be in the description box below as well. Thank you guys so much, Leo. You have a fabulous October, and I will see you next month. Bye-bye.